Let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're exploring the ultimate blueprint for unwavering patience. We're talking about the deeply moving story of Prophet Ayyub, peace be upon him. When it comes to holding firm during life's absolute hardest moments, when everything goes wrong, this is the story that literally sets the gold standard.
So I want you to imagine something for a second. Picture having immense wealth, a thriving, beautiful family, and just perfect health. And then having every single bit of it stripped away in what feels like a literal instant. How would you react? Would you break? Because today we're going to see exactly how the absolute master of patience navigated this unimaginable reality.
Section 1. The Era of Gratitude. A life of immense blessings. Okay, so we have to start by understanding that Ayyub wasn't just a prophet, right? He was an extraordinarily grateful servant whose early life was just filled with limitless bounties from his creator. He had everything a person could ever want, and his heart was constantly full of thanks. But a cascading series of tests was about to hit him. His life was about to fundamentally shift. We're talking a massive step down into total financial ruin, plunging into unimaginable personal tragedy, and finally culminating in severe physical illness.
Stage 1, the loss of worldly wealth, when the herds and fields perished.
Let's look at the first devastating blow. Seemingly overnight, the immense blessings he enjoyed just vanished. His massive herds of livestock died off entirely, and his rich agricultural fields were completely destroyed. Literally, his entire livelihood gone. Now notice the profound contrast in perspective here. While the public looked at this disaster and assumed it was just, terrible luck or a really bad business loss, Ayyub immediately recognized it for what it was. This was the strict beginning of a profound divine test. And listen to his immediate response. Alhamdulillah, all praise is due to Allah. Allah gave and Allah took away. Honestly, that is next-level gratitude.
And this reaction perfectly aligns with this powerful Quranic guarantee. And we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger and a loss of wealth and lives and fruits. It reminds us that every single one of us will face testing through worldly losses, whether that's fear, hunger, or losing our wealth and the fruits of our labor. It's really just a built-in feature of the human experience.
So the really crucial point is how he anchored himself through all this chaos. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To Allah we belong and to Him we return. He used this exact mindset, this beautiful declaration, to emotionally and spiritually reset after an absolute financial wipeout. Recognizing that everything is just a temporary trust, that's what makes the loss bearable.
Stage 2. The heartbreak of losing children, the heaviest burden a father can bear.
We now enter what is definitely the most heartbreaking chapter of his life. After losing his livelihood, he faced the sudden, simultaneous passing of all his children. Please, just pause for a second and try to imagine what it is for a father to lose all his children at once. Think of the vibrant energy and laughter of a large family, suddenly replaced by the deafening silence of an empty home. It's a pain that is completely beyond words. And yet, despite the crushing grief of burying his own children, his faith remained immovable, like a mountain. Indeed, we found him patient, an excellent servant. Indeed, he was one repeatedly turning back. Because of this unwavering patience in the face of ultimate tragedy, he earned incredible divine praise, recorded forever as an excellent servant.
Through it all, he returned to his core anchor, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. He grounded his entirely shattered heart in the ultimate realization that his beloved children were a trust that had simply been returned to their creator.
Stage 3, illness and ultimate isolation, the trial of the body and society. As if losing his wealth and his entire family wasn't enough, we must now look at the final trial, where his own physical body began to severely fail him. Behind the scenes, he faced intense psychological warfare. It wasn't just physical pain, right? He was actively fighting off the devil's whispers of despair, which were trying to induce total hopelessness, frustration, and a real feeling of abandonment. But he utterly rejected that despair. He maintained an ironclad trust in divine wisdom, even while his body broke down. Notice how he identified the true source of his struggle here. And remember, our servant Ayyub, when he called to his Lord, "Indeed, Satan has touched me with hardship and torment." He realized that the real torment wasn't just the awful disease itself, but the insidious whispers trying to make him give up hope and doubt his Lord's mercy. And to make matters worse, his social isolation was absolute. Society didn't just ignore him, they completely abandoned him out of fear and disgust. Friends and extended family distanced themselves. Everyone vanished. Well, almost everyone. Only his incredibly loyal wife, Bibi Rama, stayed by his side. She even resorted to grueling manual labor in other people's homes just to earn enough to serve and feed him. I mean, that is true loyalty. And even here, stripped of wealth, offspring, health, and his entire community, this foundational truth, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, kept him steadfast and fiercely patient. He just never let go of his core anchor.
The climax, the prayer of patience. This brings us to the absolute peak of his suffering, a moment of profound vulnerability that birthed a prayer that millions of us still rely on today. Indeed, adversity has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful. Just notice the beautiful, humble restraint in his words. He doesn't complain about his pain. He doesn't demand his wealth or health back. Actually, scratch that. He doesn't demand anything. He simply states his condition, adversity has touched me, and appeals entirely to the infinite mercy of Allah. It is an absolute masterpiece of spiritual etiquette. So after losing absolutely everything and holding on to his faith through the darkest, most isolating storms imaginable, we have to ask, will Allah's mercy finally descend to rescue him? Will this ultimate test of patience finally bear fruit?
Think about it. If you were stripped of everything that defines your comfort today, would your faith survive this storm? To find out exactly how this incredible story concludes and what true divine reward looks like, make sure you share this explainer to spread the beautiful power of sabr. Watch part 2 next to see the miraculous conclusion. Thanks for learning with me today.